Good afternoon, assassins. I know it's the weekend, but let's get started. Do a little homework and prepare ourselves for this upcoming week. So we're looking at the SPY on the 1 year, 1 day chart. Reason we're looking at that is because we had an interesting week. We had bad inflation numbers. We had some Feds being very hawkish, meaning very bearish on basically the situation of the overall economy. So we definitely want to watch to see what's going to happen this upcoming week. You can see that we basically broke the trade line over here, or the SMA, at that 446, and we had a nice little drop, right? So we've been watching this SMA line because we've been holding above it. We kind of double topped over here, failed to get above that 458. If you've seen in the last video, I said we needed it to get above that 458, 459 zone in order to have some upward momentum. And we actually rejected it and started to come back down, broke that estimate, and we're now seemingly on a downward trend. So we definitely want to watch to see what's going to happen. One area you probably want to watch this upcoming week is going to be this 437. Why 437? Because it was a previous support level back in the beginning of, or the end of January on the 21st. Remember, this is the date and time over here. So on the 21st, we held this zone as some type of support. So I'm going to be looking for that 437 break, because then we have a nice gap down towards that 429. So definitely want to watch to see what happens over here. If we start to be bullish, I want to see a break and hold above 447, and then we could basically start pushing back up towards the 450s on the SPY. Next up, Apple. So Apple is recently their own basically square kind of pay from your phone. So this is going to be great for small businesses, but Apple has been pulling back. You can see it's very oversold on the RSI over here. We are below the trade line, below the SMA. So this is the bearish side of the chart. So if Apple wants to find some type of strength, in my opinion, I think we need to get above 172. Once we start to get above 172, we could start pushing up to 176. If not, it is a little bit oversold, so we definitely want to be cautious with short positions, but it could break this 167, especially if there's weakness in the overall market. On the break of 167, we could start pulling back down towards 166 on Apple. So the next one we're going to talk about is Boeing. Looking at Boeing over here. Let TD load up a little bit. But looking at Boeing, you can see this is overall been on a downward trend, very sideways in recent terms. So definitely want to watch to see what's going to happen over here. We're sitting on top of the SMA. RSI is kind of in the middle over here, has opportunity to go down, has opportunity to go up. You can see it's below our trade line over here, holding above that SMA. So if we start to break 208, we could start basically dropping towards 203. And if we start to push back up, could get a 214 towards that 216 move. You can see 216 with some type of resistance, and this 213, 214 area has been some type of basically support in recent terms and in the past as well. So definitely keep an eye on Boeing. Next one, we want to talk about Moderna. So Moderna CEO basically sold a lot of shares. So this is going to be very bearish with the overall company. You can see Moderna hasn't been having the best of times. It was trading at 498. It's trading at 138. So with this news, I would not be shocked if the stock drops even more than this. So we've been holding this 138 zone as some type of support. If we start to push up, you never know how the market reacts to these type of news. Anywhere above 170, we could start pushing up towards 181. RSI is in the middle right now, but you never know. Pre-market, this thing could wake up even lower. So let's jump over towards the 3-year chart. You can see the lowest has been is $11 within 3 years. Maybe we went too far. Let's go towards, let's say, I think the 3-year chart is not bad. So we are holding some type of support, like we said before, around this like 150, 138 zone. So if we start to break that, we have some key levels we could watch. 117 was a major support level. Why? Because back in 2021, around March, you can see we bounced off of it twice. So watch to see if we hold this level. But once we start to break that low, let's jump back over towards the 188. Once we start to break that 138, we could start going down towards like 130, maybe even start hitting that 117 zone. So RSI has the room to do it. I don't know how we're going to open tomorrow, so you definitely want to watch to see this one. Market to see how it's reacting. Especially there's going to be headline news and everything. The guy deleted his Twitter. So next one we're going to talk about is Facebook. Facebook is looking like a lowercase h, which is a bearish pattern. So once we start to break that 216, right, typically this is typically a double bottom, which would be bullish, but you can see this long, basically sharp decline, and we're basically struggling to keep on pushing up. And you can see the MACD wants to cross down. RSI is a little bit more on the oversold side. So just in case if we do bounce, watch for that 226 break, then we could start going at 232. And if not, watch for that 215 break, then we could start going at 211 on Facebook. Last but not least, they're struggling to find some type of strength. It keeps on selling off, made a new low of 45.58. RSI is a little bit oversold. It's still in the blue zone. We could see some more downside. I think once we break this, we could start down towards $40. If not, and we start to bounce, watch for the break and hold above 47, which was basically some type of support over here. And then we could start basically testing our trade line at 54 over here. So if you guys have any questions, please leave it below. Whatever stocks you guys are watching, please put it in the chat below. This way I'll be able to see what you guys are watching. I'll probably throw it on my watch list.